Are you ready to become a web developer? From a beginner to building a world-class web apps all in one video. So whether you want to land your first tech job or you want to be an entrepreneur or start your own startup, this video contains complete web development course for you. Just few years back, building any web app means hiring a full team of developers, including front-end developers, back-end developers, and architects, and so on and so forth. But now we are in a new era, the age of AI, with a lot of new tools like ChatGPT, Claude, Grok, and Lovable, Replit, and so on and so forth. You can build an app, debug, test, and do everything in one go. So your job is no longer writing each and every line of code, but your job is to be an orchestrator or an architect who can come up with different components and how they should work together and think from a higher level. So initially we are going to discuss some of the fundamentals of building a web app, and then we are going to show you how you can use AI to expedite this process. So whenever you build an app, generally there are kind of two components to it, front end component and back end component. And whenever you see a job which requires a full stack developer, it means a software engineer who can handle both the front end and back end of the application. So what do we mean by that? So when we talk about front end, it's doing technologies like HTML, JavaScript, how to use APIs, different frameworks like React, Angular, and also creating a responsive design. That is, your app should be mobile friendly. Now, when we talk about backend stuff, it's mainly things like server framework like Node.js, Ruby on Rails, etc. Also databases like MongoDB, Oracle, or whatever you want to use. It also includes APIs, building endpoints. Hi, I'm Abdesh. I have 20 plus year experience of building large applications for Fortune companies. And in this channel, I'm doing research on a lot of AI based tools and sharing my learnings. Don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you don't miss any of the upcoming episode. And you can also check out our previous videos to learn about some of the AI coding and AI agent tools. Frankly speaking, nowadays with the AI coding, anybody can build an application with no coding experience required. But if you don't have a right architecture or coding framework, then you may end up building something which is not useful, or build something which is full of garbage code and doesn't do what you expect it to do. So today I'm going to share my 5-step workflow which you can use to build AI apps faster. Now let's dive into this 5-step process. So step 1 is market research. Now whether AI coding or a regular coding, there's no point in building an application which nobody wants. So make sure you are doing a proper market research to build something which customers are really wanting. You can use ChatGPT and other tools, even Perplexity, to do research, find out what's the demand, what kind of features people are looking for, what are the problems they are sharing before starting building. You can also, see places, for example, like App Store, which are the top application or which are the top the paid application which you want to replicate and make a cheaper or freer version. um, or you can run Facebook ads to see whether people are really interested or not, and have some kind of a sign up wait list. And if people are showing interest signing up for wait list, then you know that yes, people really want this app, and then you can get started. Now step number 2 in this workflow is design. Now trust me, design matters most than most developers think. There's no point in building an app with a great backend and functionality if the UI design looks clunky and it's not user friendly. That's why one should bring design at the front of the process. So there are a lot of design tools available like Figma, and other AI based tools have also come up, which you can use, provide prompt, and create a beautiful design. Nowadays, you can use ChatGPT and other apps also to come up with a mock-up designs, and then either you can integrate these design directly with your coding tool, or you can take a screenshot and upload. Another thing which you can do is take screenshot of your competitor and provide that as a reference to your vibe coding tool when you're building app, so that it can get idea and build something. So when you start vibe coding, right? So it's very important that you start first with design, build the outer structure, how look and feel, and even get feedback from folks before building any functionality or logic behind it. So step three in this workflow is providing the right prompt. Quality of your AI application depend on the quality of input prompt you provide. So if you provide a one like or generic prompt like, hey, build me an app on say habit tracking, then it may build something, but it may be very generic and not have all the functionality you need. But if you provide a prompt like, hey, build me a Node.js app for habit tracking with front end looking like this and back end use MongoDB and it should have certain rules and more details you provide, right, then it becomes a stronger prompt and your AI coding tool will be able to provide something which really works. You may be thinking that, hey, I don't know how to create a prompt. What do I do about it? So don't worry. We have things like ChatGPT, Perplexity, where you can type in first your general statement and say, hey, create me a prompt which I can use with my vibe coding tool or AI coding tool, and then ChatGPT will create a detailed prompt for your one line, two line statement, and then you can review that prompt, provide it input, and improve the. Another thing which you can do is you can ask ChatGPT or any LLM you're using that, hey, I want to build an app for say habit tracking. Ask me questions which will help you in creating a right prompt for this application. In this way, LLM will ask you relevant question which will help in making your prompt stronger or comprehensive. So for a good prompt, make sure you are specific, you're providing clear direction. You can also ask it to act as a particular expert. Act as if you have 15 years of experience in building this and provide me something, right? Now, step four of the workflow is build one component at a time. So this is a big mindset change which you need when you're building apps using AI. Start building a component at a time. So let's say you are building an app for say habit tracker. In that, if you give all the information in one go and ask the AI to build analytics and whatnot, then it may or may not build what exactly you need. But if you go step by step, that okay, first build me a sign up page, so anybody will be signing up. Make sure it is working right. Then the next home page, what do you want to see? What should be in the dashboard? Then build one by one, step by step functionality. This way, AI will be generating more cleaner and to the point code, and it will be easier to debug the code also later. Another advantage is it also provides you a momentum. So when you build one component, it's working fine, and you get kind of a quick win. It helps you in moving along. But if you try to build everything in one go and nothing is working, then you really get frustrated and you don't know what to do. And finally, what you may end up doing is just junk the whole project and start from scratch. Uh, Instead, it's always better to think of your whole project as a multiple components. Start building one component at a time and then complete it all the way to the end. Now, for step five in this framework is choose a AI tool based on your strength. This is one thing which many people overlook, especially when they are building a product using AI. They end up choosing something which is like popular or everybody is talking about. Instead, you should focus on tools and platform which you understand, you are comfortable with. Now, currently, if you look at AI tools today, there are two major type of products. One is like the browser-based product like Lovable, Replit, where you just type in a command and the tool will create everything for you. And another is like Cursor and Windsurf, where you download a integrated development environment, you set it up on your laptop, and then you take help from AI in making changes, and you can also do coding yourself. Now, if you are someone who has no coding experience, then I'll suggest you go with tools like Lovable or Replit. And between that also, if you have experience in using Lovable, then I'll say like stick with it. Don't try to use something new like maybe Bolt. Um, Second thing, if you are a hands-on developer and you're using things like Cursor or Windsurf, in that case, when you are building an app, you provide AI instruction that build an app on this technology. For example, if you are comfortable with Python, ask AI to create on Python, so that tomorrow, if or later if you face any issue, you are able to debug it yourself. So there's no need for you to build an app on some technology which you have never used yourself, um, and get stuck. So there are basically four reasons why Google Firebase Studio has a huge potential, and we are going to go through this video. And after that, you will know that why you should start paying attention and start learning about this tool. Now, these are the four reasons why most of the vibe coders or AI coding folks are moving to Google Firebase Studio. So, number one, it is free of. So, Google Firebase Studio is changing the way we build, prototype, and deploy apps for AI coding cost. Yes, all the competitors or products available in market, whether it's Lovable, Cursor, Windsurf, or anything you take, it's anywhere from $20 to $30 per month. But Google Firebase Studio is free currently. So go ahead and build as many apps you want. So being free removes a big hurdle, which many newbie or people who want to learn about AI coding were not able to do. But after building an app, if you end up publishing, then yes, you have to pay some money, and that's how I think Google want to make money. That provide this tool for free, but when you end up publishing the app and people start using, it'll make money. Now, number two is that it has everything on browser. So currently, if you look in market, there are two type of tools. One are like AI coding tools, browser based, where you just type a comment and it builds something. And second type of tool are more of a integrated development environment, IDE, which we call it. There you have to download a software, and you can have a look and feel like a development environment, and AI will also help you in building the tools. So for first kind of things, you have apps like Lovable, Replit. For second scenario where you have to download and use an integrated development environment, you have things like Cursor, Windsurf. Now, what Google Firebase Studio has done is it has practically combined both the things together, and it has provided you in browser. So when you open Google Firebase, you have the ability to just type in and create an app, but you also have access to the code and make changes if you want. So it provides a flexibility. So it's basically like combining Cursor and Lovable at one place. Now, reason number three is that it's powered by Google, right? So Google has published this Firebase Studio, and they are a big established company with huge amount of capital to improve this tool, and make it better. Now, when you look at big companies, and when they're evaluating software, they see how strong that particular company is, because to be honest, a lot of these other AI coding tools and software, which are startups, they may end up becoming big, but it may also end up that these companies don't survive and they end up closing their shop. In that case, like whoever is building their apps on these platforms face a huge risk, right? You build your app, you spend so much time, and now company is shutting. What do you do? But with companies like Google or even Microsoft, like you have that assurance that these are big established companies for a long time, and they are not going to close anytime soon. And you can be well assured that these companies um, will end up spending money and improving the tool. Now, reason number four is that it provides a lot of built-in integrations with Google products. So first, when you use Google Firebase Studio, it has an inbuilt Google Gemini, which is one of the most powerful LLM available in market. So you are leveraging that power when you're building an app or debugging and whatnot. And on top of it, like it provides a lot of built-in templates which you can use to build your applications, and then you can easily integrate with a lot of their backend and other kind of integrations and support. So now let's check out Firebase Studio. So like it is a full stack AI workspace. You can do everything, entire software life cycle, from building to testing and debugging. You can build mobile apps, web apps, And this is how it will look when we go inside. It will also provide you a console where you can make changes and edit your application, and also provide this kind of interface where you can chat and build your application. It is obviously powered by Google Gemini. Let's get started. So this is how the Firebase Studio looks like when you log in. Now you can do multiple things. Um, so you can come here and use some of these their existing template, and they also have some of the kind of inbuilt solution. You can go through these, like journal buddy, agentic, barista, and whatnot. If you have some ideas or application which are similar to this, then you can use it and make changes. Or you can just come here and type in what kind of app you want to build, and get started. So here, let's type in, let's try to build an app which is for lead generation. So create an app for lead generation which collects email and name and sends it to my email. Okay, let's see, and click on prototype with AI and let it do its magic. So here, like, it'll start first with a blueprint that, okay, you need to have data entry, form to submit, and it is kind of sharing the style guide also. And we just have to say prototype this app. Now it'll create a prototype for us. So here it has created a kind of a, lead magnet generating tool for us. And it is having two issues. So let's check out what they are. Okay, so like, as a true vibe coder, I'll just ask AI to fix it without going through all the details. So now it's fixing this issue for us. Okay, there's still one issue. Let's check it out. Okay, let's fix this error also. It's submitting, but I don't know where it is sending the email. So let me tell it that, send this lead information to my email ID. Okay, now let's try it out. Now, in order to send email, it is asking me to, like, choose an email provider like a SendGrid or something, and then installing the right packages and configuring. Now, I was expecting, like, some of this to be out of the box from Google, but like, but it looks like we need to provide this information, which is, in my mind, not that user friendly. So now let's go to the code view. If you click here, we switch to code. And now you can have this kind of visual source, Visual Studio kind of a look and feel. And then we have to update the environment variable. Here we will update the API key. Okay, so it finally worked after changing the environment variable, adding key and all. So it is sending email, but unfortunately the email was going in spam, so I thought it's not working, but now it's all set. So this is how you create a basic app in Firebase. Now, the one challenge is that still, like, a lot of out of the box integrations are not there. If you build a more complex app, you need a databases and authentication. Those integrations also currently you have to do yourself, which might not be a easy thing for beginners. But I hope, like, in next few weeks or coming releases, Google should be able to address these issues. And if they do this, like, this will end up becoming one of the most powerful tool. Today we are going to discuss one amazing AI tool. It's called Lovable AI, and we are going to use it to create a web scraping app without writing a single line of code. So if you are into AI automation, or you want to extract data from web, you're an entrepreneur, want to scale up your business, or somebody who just want to learn about this, then make sure you stick around. So in this video, you're going to learn first what is Lovable AI and how you can use it. Second, we will create a web scraper, which will help you in scraping any kind of data from internet and help you in analysis. And finally, we'll discuss some of the practical use cases uh, for this tool. Many viewers have been asking about creating some of the tools which can be used in real life and businesses. So we thought, like, we'll discuss this web scraping tool this time. If you want us to build any tool for you on this channel, then please drop a comment. It can be something which is specific to your scenario, or maybe you're using some highly costly paid tool and you want to make a tool of yourself to uh, reduce those costs. Then feel free to drop a comment and we'll build that tool for you in this channel. Now, one thing you'll notice with big businesses is that, almost always they either build their software themselves from scratch, or they, customize existing softwares to fit into their business processes. But unfortunately, for small businesses and startup, they don't have that kind of luxury. If they're not very technical, they have to, adapt their processes to whatever SaaS tool is available in market. But not anymore with AI. And we'll show you how you can use Lovable AI to do this. You can create any software you want. Create something only for you in a matter of minutes. Before building a tool, let's discuss what is Lovable AI. So Lovable AI is an AI-based platform which can build applications for you by just describing it and without writing a single piece of code. You just provide some prompts or instruction, and AI will do all the work, generate code, and then you can deploy it in production and start using it. Now, a little bit, I want to tell you about the web scraper and which specific use case we are going to work this for. So today we will create a web scraper which can, go to Airbnb, put, a city or zip code, and then scrape reviews from maybe initial top 10, 20 properties. And then you can analyze this review or ask AI to analyze it so that you get sentimental analysis of, what people are looking for, why they are, booking these properties, what's good, what's bad. And if you're a real estate investor, this information may help you if you're looking to, starting your own Airbnb. Now, this is one use case, but you can use it for anything. So if you are an e-commerce store, you can use this tool to extract reviews from Amazon for different products and create new products. Or if you are a local business, you can extract reviews from Google for your competition and analyze it and see what people are liking, what people are not. So possibilities are endless. You can create any kind of web scraper and scrape news, data, and analyze it. So let's get into it and start building this. So let's look for Lovable AI. Okay. So this is where you land, like, idea to app in seconds. So, this is kind of an AI platform for creating different applications. Now, I have already logged in to this one, but if you have not, then, you can create a quick profile and get started with this. Now, whenever you're creating something, right, I suggest that you provide detailed prompts to the application, what you're trying to do and achieve. In many cases, right, people start with giving just a one line prompt and then they keep editing and improving it over time. But unfortunately, when you do that, it may create, a lot of junk code, or, have things which may not be needed, and later it becomes really complex. So let's provide our prompt to this application. This is a prompt I have created that we'll be creating an app to scrape data from Airbnb, basically Airbnb reviews. Currently, we are saying that first 10 listing you scrape. Later, you can increase it if you want. And we also want option to download data as an Excel. Okay. So let's hit enter and let it do its magic. It'll take few minutes and you'll have your app ready. As you can see, like it is building app, creating code on right side. On left side, it is giving us some more detailed prompt what it is doing. It has created a tool. Now let's try it out. So I'm providing it a name of a city and state, and then let's hit search reviews, and voila, yes, it has done it. So what it has done is like it has extracted reviews from like top 10 properties, and you can download it as an Excel also. If I click here, it's done, and we can check it out. Okay, so yes, so it has scraped the data as we expected, and we have pretty much everything we want. And as I suggested, right, same thing you can do for any business you want or any other data you want to scrape from internet, right? And this kind of application will be ready in a second. Now, another thing which we can do is like we can ask it to summarize these review and provide a summary that, hey, why people are booking, what are they liking, what are they not liking. So let's add that prompt also. So here I have provided additional comment that, we want to go through the reviews and summarize so that, we don't have to do it ourselves. So now if you see like, it is summarizing also reviews that, okay, what people are liking, what people don't like. Currently, it doesn't have a lot of negative thing, but it is able to do sentimental analysis also. So this way, you can keep going and adding more functionalities to your tool. Now, another thing which you may want to do is to, store some of the data in a database. So in order to store, what you can do is one of the easiest way I found is like this tool called Supabase. It is available and it provides a very easy integration with Lovable. So first, what you can do is you can create an account with Supabase, and once you have created that account, you can come here, link your account, click on it, and I have already linked my account, but you can link it. And once you have linked, then you can ask Lovable to add functionality where you can save the data and it will get saved in Supabase. I told Lovable is that, can you save name of city, zip, whatever input user is making, let's add it in a database and it is persistent. So that like, later I can analyze, okay, what people are generally looking for, which cities are hot or whatever, right? And or maybe people, we can share it with them that, okay, this is what folks are looking for. So when we did that, like, Lovable, it connected with Superbase. It created tables. Like it first, it created command and asked you, like, okay, are you ready? Uh, are you good with this? And we said yes. Then it created table in Superbase, and basically it created this functionality where it is saving database also. And then now when we search here, it is kind of saving these searches and showing us results here. And if you go to this Superbase database and look for the search history, yeah. So you'll see these things, they are getting stored. So, name of city or zip, whatever you're searching, right? So you will have this database. So as you can see, right, I mean, very easily you can create projects or web apps in matter of few minutes. You don't have to go buy a new software or figure out how you'll do. Or even I think it's better than AI agent. Instead of you working with AI agents and combining multiple tools to achieve something, right? Just tell Lovable or tools like these AI web creators that okay, what you want, and your app will be ready in a matter of seconds. Now, do you want to clone any website using AI in just a matter of minutes? Now, whether it's for learning, inspiration, or just a quick prototype, I'm going to show you how you can do it step by step using powerful AI tools and no coding experience needed. So by the end of this video, you'll learn how to copy paste any website, its functionality, look and feel, and how to customize it for your own use. Don't go anywhere and stay all the way till the end. So why someone may want to, clone a website? So first, like, there might be a website in a particular domain, say a marketplace, and it's working pretty well. And you want to create a marketplace, but maybe in a different domain. In this case, it may make sense to, take inspiration from some of the look and feel and functionalities, and then make your own customization to make something unique. So if you go to WordPress and like, you see a lot of themes to pick from to start, your website. uh, Now, same way you can take look at any website and use it as a base template and build something on top of it. So now let's dive in and see how to go about it. First step for cloning a website is to create a prompt which you can use in these AI builder software. So like the better prompt you have, the easier it will be for AI development software to create something which works for you. So we are going to create a prompt which will help us, in creating a website or cloning a website. So we are giving ChatGPT these instructions that, to create a prompt for us where we can provide a URL, and the AI application builder like a Lovable, Bolt, or anything, right? It can clone a website. So let's go ahead. Now what's happening here is first, AI, like it's creating a prompt for us. If you see, this is the prompt which ChatGPT has created for us. So clone a website. So you can put link of any website, and then it has mentioned something that use these technologies, and it should have the navigation menus, images, and like a lot of these things. So what I like to do is first copy paste and then make any edit I may want to. Let's go ahead and do that. So here I have refined the prompt a little bit in a Word doc. So currently, first we'll try to clone Airbnb.com. It's a marketplace for short-term rental. And what we are saying is that, like, we want to clone this website. And in technologies, I also added Python because it's something, very commonly used. And then, like, the look and feel and all those things it says. So now we have a prompt, and we will use this prompt in uh, different AI based, like software builder. Now next step, we will use some of these AI based software builder. So today we'll try Bolt and Lovable. These are one of the common builders. You can use anything else also if you want. So what we will do is, when this area where they ask us what you want to build, we will provide this detailed prompt. Now, sometimes what people do is, they will provide a one-line kind of thing to the builder, one-line statement, and then builder will ask question, or builder will build something and they'll keep on refining. And, it may end up creating a lot of junk code or things which are not usable, and it may make things, overly complex. It's always a good idea to provide detailed prompt to the builder so that in first go it provides you a good product. So we will try Bolt. and we'll start the process. We'll also go to Lovable. We'll provide the same prompt and to start the process. Okay, so now these web builders are doing their job. So first they analyze whatever prompt we have provided, and then they start like building code behind the scene. So if you see, Bolt has already started working. It is creating this code for us, and so let's give it a minute or two. Yeah, so it is installing files, dependencies installing. So it is like just having a smart developer on your site who's building anything you want. And I've seen many people building like complex application for their businesses and other purposes. And people are launching a lot of products also using these AI builders. We have earlier shared a complete video on Lovable and other AI builders like Replit. So I'll encourage you to check it out, and that will really help you in learning more about this AI software builders. Okay, so let's see what Bolt is doing. Yep, great, great. So this is based on React language. They have created a mobile-friendly version, and another few things you'll notice is like these this platform, they also offer integration with other components. For example, this Superbase, it's a backend database. So once you create something, you can have a database on Superbase and connect it, and you need database whenever you are creating an application. And even Lovable has same Superbase integration. So let's see. Let's go to preview. So let's see what Bold has created for us. Okay, great. Cool. So this is a sample which Bolt has created. Looks great. It has a good header. Look and feel is pretty similar to Airbnb. Okay. So it's good. Like, it has a footer and other details. So, so once you have this base code, right, you can make changes. So instead of Airbnb, whatever is your business name, you can enter and, go from there. Now let's see what Lovable has done. Okay, Lovable is still, trying to create. Now imagine like, so this, you can want to use this template and have your own website for say short-term, direct bookings. You are a short-term rental host. So let's see, how to make modifications here. So Lovable is still working, but we'll like, do these modifications on Bolt. So let's change the name first. So change the name from Airbnb to Retreat Rover. It is going, making changes, to the code base. So this is how like, you can keep refining and make something which works for you. And once you're done, then like, you can just deploy it and you're all set. Imagine the same process, right? If you were not having an AI builder, then you would have to hire, developers, maybe multiple developers, explain them what has to be done, have multiple back and forth for weeks or months to get something. But here, we are getting things prototype just in a matter of, a few minutes. But like, once you go to production or actually deploy this site, and for regular like, updates,
it may be a good idea to work with a developer if there are any specific things which uh, AI tool is not able to understand, or it's finding it difficult to do. Okay. So if you notice here, it has made changes to retreat rover. I have spelled it wrong, but I can correct it later. So lovable, it got some error, and let's see what it's saying. So whenever you get an error with lovable, right, just click try to fix it, and it'll fix that error for you. And it'll show you also that okay, this is the error, this is what I'm doing, and it'll make those changes. Having multiple properties. So if you're a short-term rental host with say 5 properties, you can use this template, create your own booking site, and run Facebook ads or whatever, and write people here. Now we also have a site on Lovable, and this is how it looks. I think they have provided a different logo and all. But it looks good. I think it looks better than what Bolt has created, to be honest. More clean, and yep, like I'm loving this. This is much better look and feel by far. So between Lovable and Bolt, I'll prefer Lovable from the cloning and look and feel perspective. Though Bolt is much faster, um, and I think Bolt also provides you an option to deploy a mobile app, which I don't think Lovable has currently.
So thanks for staying all the way to the end. So some of the free resources which you can use, and I have dropped a link below. First is a complete course on AI agents, which will help you in learning AI agents and how you can automate most of your tasks. And another resource is like major tips and tricks related to ChatGPT. It'll help you in using ChatGPT and other LLMs to fullest. So please don't forget to like and subscribe the channel, and we'll see you next time.